Well, hello everyone. I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class here on YouTube. It is 2026, you guys. Happy New Year. It is January, what is it? January 2nd. 2026 at 7 p.m. Central Time as I'm coming to you live. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's celebration. I I think I stayed up. Yeah, I did. I stayed up, but I was going to go to bed. Life gets exciting as you age, doesn't it? My husband and I watched Little House on the Prairie reruns nonstop that evening. It's just one after the other. We had a great time. But anyways, welcome everybody. We're going to play with a kit today. We're going to play with a Kits Collection kit. And this one is called Lovely and Beautiful. No, that's the paper. Loveliest Wishes. They both have the word lovely in them. Loveliest Wishes. Now, I have to admit, when I first saw this kit, Happy New Year to all of you. When I first saw this kit, I was not impressed. I hope that's not insulting the person that designed the kit. But I want a little bit more color in my cards. I do appreciate, the really white with just a splash of color kind of cards. And sometimes I do them, but I just wanted to spice them up a little bit. So my alternates tonight are different than what I normally do. I'm not doubling the kit. I am not making fun folds from the kit. We're keeping it simple. So if you're a beginning crafter, I hope that you stick around because this should be really easy to follow. Anytime I do a kits type of video, whether it's paper pumpkin or kits collection stuff, I tend to stick with very basic products. And so I hope that you are able to stick around, subscribe so that you get notifications the next time I go live, but just enjoy, sit back and enjoy. And if you want to, you can log into your Google or YouTube account and you can join in on the live chat. And I'm seeing lots of people are here with me tonight. So fun. Oh my gosh. You guys, I love you. Thank you for joining me. So I will get started. Let's bring you down to the desktop. Yay. All right. So you're a new member? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Diana. Yay. Yes. Speaking of member, is that what you're talking about? The YouTube member? So you can be a subscriber, which is somebody that's free, right? You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can become a member, which helps support my channel monetarily. We're going to open up this Kits Collection kit, and this is the Loveliest Wishes. You can see they're white. They're very white cards. They're very simple appearance and easy on the eyes. They're not like obnoxious, right? I gotta love that white look. I do appreciate it, but I just wanted to add more color. So when I saw the new Lovely and Beautiful designer paper, and I saw that the colors were very similar, I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do with this kit. I'm going to add some really, really pretty papers. So in the kit, you get adhesives. So we have, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here because we're kind of far away. You get adhesives. So we have glue dots in there and we have little mini dimensionals. Now, if you're going to be doing alternates with kits, you want to invest in additional adhesives. These are our regular size dimensionals, our mini dimensionals. I just have those off to the side. I've also got some multi-purpose liquid glue here. And of course, I love using it in my precision tip bottle. I don't think I'm using seal adhesive, but that is another adhesive that you can tap into. And then tear and tape is great too. Okay. I don't have the seal and tear and tape listed in the supplies in the video description, but all the other products that I'll be using in the cards I have listed. Let's see what else we get in this kit. So we have our card bases, and in this kit we actually have some unique square cards. So you can see they've got score lines in them. The paper is lovely, by the way. It is a nice, firm, smooth white. Very, very warm and wonderful looking. I love the white. We also have some sentiments because this is a non-stamping kit. Thank you, Diana. This is a non-stamping kit. So you get little ephemera with gold foiling. So we're going to punch out our happy, our cheers, our birthday wishes, and we have one more here. It's birthday. Now, if you speak any of these other languages or you're sending them to somebody who does, you've got even more sentiments to use. But there are 3 sheets in here because you can make 3 sets of 3 cards. So I've got 1 set of lettering here for 3 of the cards. I'm going to pull out my square base and square envelope. And then these 2 we can put off with the other 2 sets of words. Then for your other cards, you have this base. So you have 3 of, oops, oh, that just blurred the camera a lot. Sorry about that. We have 3 white and 3 white. So we have 6 more white, regular white, that are larger. And we're gonna need to have 1 from each of them, or 2 altogether, right? And then we have our envelopes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, we're separating it out. So we're taking 1/3 of the kit. And then you get this really nice textured, you can kind of see it's got kind of a, I don't know, a leathery look. I mean, it's very, I don't know, it has a leather look, I guess. And so I'm gonna add that one over here and put the other 2 aside. We've also got a square base that has another textury kind of feel to it, but with gold foiling on it. And so we'll take one of those. In here we have vellum. And for the vellum, you have 3 of these printed vellum little scrap pieces. And I'm calling them scraps because you actually have this faux torn look on the edges. And so we're gonna put that off to the side. We're gonna take one of these, and they're really easy to punch out. So you hopefully won't tear them as long as you're being semi-careful. And you've got this vellum piece, and that you can see has sort of a weird look to it, but I'll explain that in a minute. We have 3 daisies, so we'll punch out one of the daisies. And we have 3 of these double-sided kind of branch pieces. And then we have 6 of these, and they are slightly different. So, I mean, if you were really picky about it, you could, make sure that you're taking 1 of each. But all of the rest of this stuff we can set off to the side because I'm just going to work with 1/3 of the kit. This is the instructions that you get with it. And you can see inside here, it tells you what to do, where to layer everything. Everything's very white. Okay, next, I'm going to put these little things aside because we're going to use different little accent pieces. I wanted more than just what was available, so we're bringing in different accent pieces. So for the alternates for this kit, we're adding product to make it a little more colorful. All right, so it's different. Again, no fun folds, no doubling the kit. We are just coloring it up a little bit more, okay? I'm gonna set the envelopes off to the side because we're actually not even gonna cut into them. You can use these envelopes from the kit to mail or gift your cards. So I'm gonna put those over to the side. And we're gonna start with the square card base. We're gonna pull that one in and use our bone folder. I'm gonna shove all the kit pieces right off to the left here so you can see as I use them up which ones we're using. So I'm gonna grab my bone folder and just give that a good crease. So we have our card base ready to go. Oh, I have to bring in the paper. I have to bring in the pretty paper, you guys. Okay, so we have this new paper, and this new paper is what we are featuring. In fact, I'm gonna grab that right now. We are featuring the, I'm gonna go to a different tab on my computer here. Bringing you over to my blog, okay? I forgot. I always forget to do this. There's my website. Where did I go? Hang on, here I am. Okay, I'm coming back. So here's my website, stampyourartout.com. When you are here on my website, you have different options under the drop-down menu. And we're gonna go right now, just so I can show you what I've helped to create. We're gonna go to the tutorials. And there's a tutorial bundle that just got released by my all-star groups. There's a bunch of us demonstrators from all over the globe. And we have created this bundle of video classes that is just fabulous. So you'll want to make sure that you're in on that, whether you place an order through me this month to earn that for free, or whether you purchase it, up to you. But the January video class bundle is featuring the lovely and beautiful paper. and the Lovely and Beautiful suite for that matter. So let's now go to the desktop and check out that beautiful paper. And I've used a little bit of it. I only have this much of one sheet left and this much of another, and then full sheets of these, but I've used up half the pack already, obviously, because the pack comes with 12 sheets, and I have in front of you, and why is this so dark? It just seems so dark, probably because we're using a lot of reflection. But these papers here are foiled on one side. You can see the gold foiling reflecting. Thank you so much, Jane. And then on this side, we have the non-foiled side. And Stevie just brought up a good point. Square cards can't go through with regular postage in the US. You are so correct on that. So you could enclose it in a non-square envelope if you'd like to. That's what I tend to do, actually, so that I pay less on postage. The non-machinable stamp will work for those kinds of cards because they can't go through the machines. They have to get hand canceled, they called it. So thank you for bringing that point up. All right, so then these are the other sides of the paper. Lots of pretty colors. You can see Old Olive is in here. You can see Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, just gorgeous. There's even some Peach Pie in there, Fresh Freesia. I'm gonna flip it over again because you can see here that the green almost looks, when it's faded in some parts, like soft sea foam. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous paper. See how that looks like soft sea foam up here? Okay, so we have soft sea foam and Petal Pink in this card. A little bit of light Calypso Coral too. In fact, let's look at the instructions really quick just to see what it lists. It might not even, yeah, Petal Pink, soft sea foam, gold, and white. Okay, so we're doing great. We're gonna keep these papers off to the right because we might have to cut from them. Well, we will have to. And then I'm also gonna introduce to you the soft sea foam and Petal Pink colors of cardstock. So you can see, gorgeous, right? Totally matches. Two-tone cardstock is what you get in 12 by 12 now with our colors. So we have the soft sea foam light and dark sides, and we have the Petal Pink light and dark sides. Okay, I'm going to bring those in also into the cards, but we'll just put them back here for now, and we're going to go ahead and figure out which parts of our kit that we want to use on this card. Obviously, I think I want to keep the square on the square card, and I'm going to bring the cheers. Where did my cheers go? Bring the cheers over, and I'm going to bring these little guys here and turn them into one kind of like strip together. And then, because I do like to make the most use of my images, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it down the middle like that. And don't worry about getting it straight because we are going to cover that up. Boy, my hands look purple in this light. I'm going to move this light back up again. And there's my butterfly dropping. I have a magnetic butterfly that stays with me. All right. There we go. That's bright. And then for this one, we'll do the same thing. Oh yeah, my hands look a little more normal now. Lighting makes a huge difference. Okay, these are similar. So whichever one you think is, you know, the one you want to use, I'm going to use this one. And for this one, it really doesn't matter. They look pretty much identical. So I'll use that one. We'll set the rest of these off. And then for designer paper, we're going to bring in one of the Petal Pink papers. So I believe that came from this sheet here. And I think, yeah, I've already got one strip cut that I want to use. Let's see if we have that. That's that one there. Okay, hang on. That's a full sheet. I'm not gonna, okay, we're gonna cut into this slightly smaller one. We'll use our paper trimmer for it. A paper trimmer is one of the most important tools if you are going to be doing alternates or any kind of paper crafting, okay? Where are the papers from? Yes, great question. So in the description of my video, thanks Trish for asking, in the description of my video, you can see that I do have it listed, but it says afterwards, available January 6th. This is a January release product, so you just have to wait 4 more days. So put it on your wish list. Otherwise, every other product that I'm using today is available now. So let's cut this, and I'm going to cut at 3 inches in this direction, and then cut 1 because I've got another project planned where I might use this size piece. So I'll set that off to the side, and we've got another piece that's 1 by 3. We have 2 1 by 3 pieces. We're going to add those to our card base. So they're right up to the edge, the left and the right edge. So I'm going to use my, you know what, maybe I am going to use my seal adhesive. Do I have seal adhesive listed in the video description? Hang on a minute, I'm going to look. If I don't, maybe I'll just add it in. Oh, I do. Good, because I really want to use it. Okay, here we go. So seal adhesive. It's like a tape runner, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's putting adhesive on the foiled side. That's the pretty side of the paper. But I really didn't want something super distracting on the card. I want this to still stay the main part of the card, the main image. But we're going to center this, and I'm going to use my grid paper for help here. The card measures, what is it? It's 4.5. So we're going to go to 2 1/4-ish. There we go. Which means we also need to go to 2 1/4. Okay, so there. It's centered on our grid paper. And then I'm going to lay these right here. Actually, do I have this centered? 1, 2, 1, 2. I do. Okay, we're going to lay these here. But why do they not look centered? Maybe I have to shift this down a little bit. It's sticking to my hand. Okay, there. I just had to center my card better. So now I have this little thing, this little strip lined up with the left edge, and it's even from top to bottom. Again, the grid paper really helps on this. So we'll add this strip to the opposite side right over here. So it's about 3/4 of an inch away from the top and bottom, lined up with the right edge or the left edge of your card. And now it's going to give the appearance, when the other layer goes on top, it's going to give the appearance that it is all the way across. Kelly, this is the Lovely and Beautiful designer paper. Now, when you look at, and it's being released on January 6th, January 6th. When you look at this, you can see that the speckles aren't all over their place. They're kind of in like certain areas. And I want those speckles to be seen. So I'm going to rotate my card so it's right like that, because my bottom right is where I'm going to place my imagery. So let's take our dimensionals, and I'm just going to grab from my regular dimensionals because they're handy and they're here. But again, the kit comes with mini dimensionals. We're going to add these here. So for those of you coming in a little late, I'm altering the kit, the Loveliest Wishes kit. It was one that I've had recommended a few times, but I didn't want to alter it in the ways that I normally do, fun folds or doubling or whatever. There wasn't a lot to it because it was mostly white. So instead, I'm altering it by adding extra product, adding extra color, we should say. So we have a little splash of color here, and we're going to make this card a little more dense with color on the front too. I'm layering these two pieces together. You could have the white on top of the vellum, or you could have the vellum on top of the white. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use my silicone sheet here just to make sure that my glue stays in the zone. I wanted to also bring back, the Country Hive has these really cute glue holders. So I like to keep my glues, positioned downwards so that they're fresh and ready to go. I'm going to grab my precision tip. Here it is, precision tip bottle. And we're just going to put glue along the back side. We're going to add that to our vellum piece here. And that is set. And then these two, we're going to connect together. And I'm just going to overlap them by, like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch. I just want them to be slightly, yeah, that looks good. We'll go about 1/2 an inch. So again, let's take the glue, add a little bit of glue there, overlap them, and you can overlap them however you want. There. That looks good. Okay, and then this piece that says cheers, it's already printed for you. There's no stamping involved in this, you guys. Isn't that crazy? So we're going to add that directly on top of our strip so that it's centered. And you could put this, I just thought of this, you could put it up with dimensionals so that it really has like that shadow in these two areas here. I didn't, I forgot, or I didn't think of it. All right, next we're gonna add some dimensionals underneath here to create shadow under the card, or not under the card, under these pieces on top of the card. So we've got our dimensionals there, but these pieces here, hang on, I'm looking at my, oh wait, take these off. Take these off, don't put on yet. It's evening, I'm relaxed. I'm gonna peel these back off. Okay, that one was easy. We wanna add this first. We're gonna add this to the top. So I'm gonna bring my glue back in. Again, this is multi-purpose liquid glue. And we're gonna layer these together. Like so. So we're making a nice little cluster of goodness. Our little sentiment centerpiece. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to put a dimensional on the back side of this piece here, not on the vellum, but on this top one, because I do want them to remain away from the card. I want this part to remain away from the card. And you can see adhesive through vellum, right? Do they have an estimated time of arrival for Seal or Seal Plus? They're currently unavailable for both. Oh my goodness sakes. I do not know what that would be at this point. If you message me privately, I could look it up for you, but I will probably not have time to do that during the video, Christy. I didn't know that they were unavailable. Sometimes they give us estimated time of arrival for products like that, but sometimes they don't. So, oh, I forgot to put my dimensional, my mini dimensional. I'm gonna grab a small one. Without Trisha here, she's my moderator, I have to look up at conversations a little bit more frequently. Do you see how I did that? I kind of pushed this back a little bit, and then we'll peel off the backing, which you can't see me doing, but I'm peeling off the backing. I got in there and peeled it off, and now I'm gonna lay it flat and pop it down. And there we have one card that's almost finished. Now, I'm gonna set this aside because we're gonna do some embellishing. Even though there's the gold foil on here and it looks stunning, I just felt like it needed a little bit more texture, so we're gonna put that over to the side, and we're gonna work on the next card. The next one is using one of the rectangle card bases. And I'm gonna fold it shut, nice and crisp, and you know what, while we do this, I could probably look it up. Let me see if I have time for that. I have to find my window. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff on my website here. on my laptop. Okay. While we're pulling up some stuff, I'm going to pull in the rectangle. And there is the smooth side and the more textured side. I want the textured side up. And then we're also going to use, oh, actually, we're going to do this card first. We're going to set that rectangle aside. And instead, I'm going to pull in the other green, the other vellum, the daisy, the birthday wishes. Yeah, there we go. So the rest that I have left are these things. That's for the last card. So for this card, because it's really, really, like it's still white, right? So we're gonna add some paper. And I want the daisy to stand out, so I could add more of the petal pink, but because this paper is so stunning, we really have lots of choices. We could add that if we want it to be really, really boom, right? Oh, there's a good one. So, and there's also like peach pie. What's on the back side of this one? That would be pretty too. Something subtle and soft. Let me grab the rest of these sheets and see what they have behind them. We have Calypso Coral we could do. That would be nice. Anything kind of like low key. Even the fresh freesia would be nice. Let's go ahead and use the green. So we have Old Olive in here, and I'm going to cut a square that is 3 by 3. Can't really see me doing that, can you? Here's our trimmer. We're putting this in here at 3 inches. And I've already cut the strip to 3 inches earlier in this direction. So we have a 3x3 square. Okay, I'm gonna click over here, ordering, inventory status report. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find out for you. So this piece is gonna go flat on our card, and we're gonna position it about 1 inch away from the top. So it's not totally centered, but it's about 1 inch away from the top. That still gives us more room on the bottom, but it's closer to the middle. This is centered more to the middle. Next, we're gonna layer like we did using the silicone sheet again. So we're gonna put this piece. What did you guys do for New Year's? You already heard what I did. Watched Little House on the Prairie reruns. What did all of you do? This is gonna go here. And then we're gonna place the birthday wishes across there. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with the last card. We're building up our centerpiece. Okay. Oh, thank you. Joanne checked it out for us. Because you do, you have to like dive in and you have to scroll, and thank you for checking that out. We have a fellow demonstrator there. All right, birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Yes. Birthday wishes. Pretty, right? And it's so pretty against the green, the soft seafoam against the green. We do have another flower, but I'm gonna add that one flat against the card down here. Up here, I'm gonna do the same thing where we're gonna pop it with a little tiny dimensional. So I'm gonna use one of the small ones because that will fit on the back side of the center of the daisy. I'm not gonna take the backing off yet, Rachel. I almost did. Did you see that, you guys? You slept, Debbie? A sinus headache. Okay, well, you know what? You guys are just as active as I was. Actually, I was a little more active, it sounds like. It's hard to stay awake that long, you guys. Especially when you have a sinus infection or something, right? Sinus headache. Okay, so I'm putting a little bit of glue down there, and I'm gonna hold this with the dimensional backing still on here. And I'm just gonna kind of like, I don't have anything on the back of this yet, but I'm figuring out where it's gonna fit. And it looks good right about there. So I'm gonna press it down in place, and now I can put the dimensionals on the back side of this. Sometimes you have to use your elements as a guide before you actually decide where to put them. So you wanna make sure that you're not putting adhesive on until you're ready to stick. And how many times have we made that mistake where we've put the adhesive on and then boom, oh no, I gotta set it aside. So now you can see, I'm gonna add this here, and we've got this nice little shadow that's being created around the stem area. It's just gorgeous. And now we're gonna pull this back just to grab the backing. Oops, there we go. And then we'll let it relax and pop it down. This one is also gonna get a little bit of embellishing, but now you can see that that flower really, really stands out. It just has that darker color underneath. It just, I don't know, I love it. Now this last card is where you can go wild, okay? I actually took this piece and I said, not using it. It's pretty, but I really wanted the paper, the designer paper pack, to be the star of these cards. And so I set that pretty vellum off to the side. I could use it for something else. There's always room for printed vellum somewhere, but not on these cards. We're gonna take that and put it away. So I've got these little pieces here, and now we can really, really have some fun as far as choices, because this is gonna become the star part of the card. On this card, this was the star. So we didn't wanna distract by having anything too busy back here. On this one, this is the star, and we wanted to make sure that this stayed calm too. You could get a little busier on these pieces, those layers there, but now we can really have fun with it. We can pick out any of these little papers here. Could pick out the gold even, but I think for color, I'm gonna add something with color. So I think I'll grab this one. What's on the back side of this? Kind of the same thing. We could do that or that. Maybe I'll have you guys pick. What's on the back side of this one? That's pizzazzy jazzy. Okay, so we have 3 choices. We have 1, 2, or 3. All right, I'll lay them on the table here. And I'll cut the one that we pick into a 3x3 square. That flower one, are you talking about this one here? Thank you. That's one of my favorites. Yeah. One of my favorite. I think, well, I'm kind of doing them. No, I'm not really doing them in order. I think this is my favorite of all of them, but I love what's it called? Flexibility of this third card, which is why I saved it for last. But yeah, I'm a green fan though. You can see from the room background here, right? Oh, we could even put another dimensional behind that one if you want to. Okay. All right. So what are we picking, you guys? Start shouting out numbers because I'm not going to throw the poll in. I'm just going to read through numbers. I don't think we have a huge group here tonight. 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay. I see another 1. So far it's between these two. And Trish Flanagan was the last vote I saw on my iPad. Keep on voting, you guys. 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. So far it's this one. As we do that, I'm going to go ahead and layer. You watch classic movies? You're kind of doing the same thing I was doing. Oh, and visiting with your Wisconsin child. I love that, Kelly. Okay, so on the back side of this, because there's two sides. There's the textured and then there's the non-textured. So I'm going to put on the non-textured side a dimensional in each of the 4 corners. 3, 1. Oh my gosh, you guys. 1 is winning. 1 is winning. Oh, the green one. Rosemary said the green one. Is that this one here? Kind of green and purple. I'll just give it a little bit more time here. Okay, so we're going to just center this. This is just going on centered. Okay, and then on this piece, let me look. I'm going to look at my finished one. Where's my finished one? Here it is. I'm going to put dimensionals on this. Okay, I'm seeing more come in. Oh gosh, you guys. 3, 1, 1, 1. There's a lot of 1s. We're going with 1. Okay. 1 is the winner. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back side. So I'll put 1 there. These look a little big. I'm going to go with my mini dimensionals. Although you can cut your larger dimensionals down too. So if you had to pick between your dimensionals, it depends. Like, do you want to spend more time putting dimensionals on, or do you want to just cut ones down when you need smaller ones? You know, your choice, but actually just get them both. 1 reminds you of watercolor art, says Tracy. It is stunning. It's actually the one that I have on the finished sample too. So you guys, like, yeah, so cool. No fireworks. We had a lake effect snow happening. Oh, that's cool, Tina. Okay, so then this is going to go on. Oh, and I should have waited. We're going to cut our paper to 3x3 again. So I have tiny pieces of this paper, but you could totally go bigger. If you wanted to, you could just go like this and then add your words. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to use lots and lots of color. But the reason why I'm using 3x3 pieces is because, and I'm going to cut from this side, is because I have these people called Paper Pumpkin subscribers, and they are so good to me. Is that the one I want? I'm going to see if I can do this side. Yeah, there we go. They're so good to me because they subscribe to me to Paper Pumpkin through me. And so I gifted recently, they were so patiently waiting too, because it was taking me a while to kind of get used to the new system that we have in place on the demonstrator side of things. Anyways, I gifted to them a sampler from the kit, a sampler from the paper, and a sampler from the cardstock that I shared with you. And so the designer paper had to be cut to 3x3 to give them a good usable size. This is going to go on here. I think I like it like that. And that's centered at the top of this layer. See how it's got like kind of a 1/4 of an inch around here? And then this will go on the middle, in the middle, on the middle, like so. Happy. And then birthday, we're just going to add another little mini dimensional. Maybe I'll have to cut this. Nope, that worked. Okay, so we have a mini dimensional under the right side. And then those people that had subscribed to me for 6 months, so from June to November, I gifted them even more of a sampler plus the embellishments that I'm going to share with you. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and we can pretty much put glue right in this spot, and I forgot to put it in my little holder. There we go. And is that off? Yes, it is. So this can go right across the top here. And now it says happy birthday in a really pretty style. Happy birthday. Let's do some embellishing. Let's bring these cards back in and bring in the embellishment that my 6-month subscribers got. So this embellishment package is one of my favorites. It's called Pearls of Beauty. It has stunning, stunning colors. You can see kind of a multicolor effect on them. They have like a little iridescent-y glow. You can see pinks in here. You can see blues and greens. Same thing in all of them, really. This is crumb cake, this is calypso coral, and this is white. So let's take your pick tool. We'll grab that. Now, after I share the embellishing of these, I actually am going to show you one other card. So don't leave yet. For this one, let's see here. What color? On this one here is where I use the darkest. I used the calypso coral pink. I think I have one here. And I used the 3 different, oh no, there's 2 different sizes on here. So I used a small and a large next to each other like that. And then I put another large, but you could do another small up on the paper, but I think I'm going to stick it here because on this paper, it looked like it needed more balance right around there. But you kind of, you know, eyeball it out and see where it goes. So you see, you picked out the same paper I did. Isn't that crazy? You have to admit what? You're a paper pumpkin addict? A 12-step program. I love it. Was that Maureen? Yes. Funny. Okay, on this one, we're going to add the white. I thought crumb cake would look cool too. Watch just for a minute. I just want to show you what I was going to do here. I was going to put crumb cake right in the center of this flower. But then I thought, okay, there's a dimensional under there, so then it would get really bulky in the mail. So I opted out of the crumb cake look and I went for the crumb cake on this one because this one has like gold dots everywhere. So I thought it'd be better to put the crumb cake ones on here to kind of reflect that look of gold. So we're going to stick a little tiny one up here. Another little tiny one up in the corner here because you can see how this is like not balanced. It's off to the lower left. So I stuck another one there. And then I stuck a big one right under here because sometimes it's fun to have a peek of an embellishment. Not a whole embellishment, but just a little peek of it. So I stuck it under that edge. Now, Marie says, I don't think I need this, I didn't need this kit, but now, oh, thank you. I'm glad that you liked what I shared. I think it just needed more color. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't mean to offend the person who created this, but the kit, you know, somebody out there created the kit, but I just wanted more color in it. And then this last one is using the white. And for the white, I am adding a big one here and then a big and a small off to the lower left. I don't want any of the kit designers ever to be offended when I do alternates. I guess that's the thing, right? I do alternates with every kit, but I just needed more color. Bottom line. I'm glad you guys like those. I'm going to put them out again so you can see them. So here are the finished cards. And then we're going to bring in the other kit. So there was another kit that I played around with, and it was the Bunch of Thanks kit. Do you remember, I think it was last Wednesday when we pulled this one out and we added the Calypso, or not the Calypso, the Coastal Cabana cardstock, and we made full cards instead of those really cutesy bouquet looking cards. So I'm going to pull that kit back in just because I want to show you, and on my blog tomorrow you will see photos, but these were the cards that we made as alternates. So I did these here. See, that's the same thing. Yep. I'm going to sneeze. Oh no. And that one. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, there we go. We'll put that one on. See, this wouldn't happen in a pre-recorded video. And then in that video from last week, besides making these cards out of the supplies to make these cute little bouquet cards, that's what they look like. I mean, they're so cute as is. Like, this is one that I didn't want to change. And then so many people asked me, and I'm like, all right, let's just give it a go. Let's see if we can do something different with it. So it's a little brighter and more colorful, right? These are still super, super cute. So then I shared how instead of having that bright, bright color, you could do crumb cake for your base instead, right? You could even emboss. I don't oftentimes bring in embossing folders and dies into my alternates. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. I don't often bring those kinds of things in because I don't want people to feel like they have to own it all to create with kits. But this is an embossing folder that put the texture in this cardstock, and it just really revved it up, didn't it? And then if you want to, you can use your scoring blade on your trimmer and add extra score lines to give this more texture too. So these were just some other variations from the cards that I shared and closer to the kit colors of crumb cake and subtle spring colors. And then I shared how you can even make this card alternate by not adding all those extra layers in there, because you can see here on this that there's a sentiment piece here, there's an extra floral piece out here. You could save those so that you can make more cards, but you can just use this one layer with a little Velcro tab instead of tying the twine around it to keep it shut. So that was a very simple alternate if you want to keep it close, but you still want to double the cards in your kit. I love crumb cake too, Susan. I agree with you. Okay, now this next one, I'm going to pull in a cardstock color called White Willow. Here it is, White Willow. Okay, White Willow is different than basic white. It's hard to see in our nighttime lighting, but this is White Willow, this is basic white. We don't have White Willow envelopes, but you're not gonna really see the difference too much. But these are our basic white envelopes, so you'll need extra envelopes if you're gonna double the cards from any kit. But White Willow is closer to kind of the, oops, I'm showing you the actual finished card, is closer in tone. You can see how this is more of a warm white or a yellowy white, and this is a cooler white. This is still a very cool white, but this one's closer. So we're gonna take this one, and pretend like this card base was already made, because it was, but we're gonna actually change the card base size. We're not gonna use a typical card base size for this last alternate that I forgot to share with you on that video. For this alternate, we are going to trim to 3.5 inches. So you're actually going to have a card base that starts out as 7 inches by 5.5, okay? So pretend like you cut here instead and you scored in the middle, okay? 7 inches by 5.5. I've already got a piece that's ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut this so that we have that size. We have a 7-inch card by 5.5, scored in the middle at 3.5 inches. Okay, the score is the light blade and the cutting is the dark blade. So here we have our card base. Now, why did I make it so skinny? Because you're gonna see, we want to have this whole bouquet on the card. For this whole bouquet, oh, we're gonna do some more trimming. For this whole bouquet, we wanna include this base, but we need to cut that also to 3.5. This can become a little sentiment layer if you want to. I mean, you could use either side of that, right? But now we have this piece as wide as our card base. We're gonna put some extra score lines in here because that was fun on the other card. Just gave it some texture, right? Just kind of some fun, whimsy, and why not? So we're just adding extra score lines going through here just to texture it up. This is embossing without your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right, hopefully you can kind of see the effect that's happening there. We've got some extra score lines in there just for texture. We're gonna turn this over and grab those dimensionals again, which I threw over here. Here they are. And we'll put them on the back side of this whole, and oops, not there, of this piece, except for the part that goes beyond the straight lines. So this over here, we're ignoring. Okay, all of the stuff beyond the straight lines over here, we're ignoring. Where did I get this? Oh, this is what I just cut off. Oh my goodness. Things are showing up on my desk and I don't know where they came from. All right, we can put another one up here. There, that's pretty good. And then we can add this to our card base, lined up, corner to corner, edge to edge. And do you see what's happening here? It's now gonna fit within our envelope. Yay! This is the one I forgot to share last week. I feel so bad. But see, you can now add it to your envelope, your basic white envelope. It will fit just like a regular card. When you pull it out, you have that still that same kind of open fold kind of thing. And then what you do is you just add the goodness to it. The sentiment that's stamped on the label piece popped up with more dimensionals, some of the twine tied up, added with the glue dot from the kit, and then of course those embellishments that we used last week too. So that's how you make that. I'm gonna have photographs of these other cards, the ones that I had neglected to photograph for the blog post last time, but these will all be photographed in the blog post tomorrow too, okay? You like that idea? Oh, you guys, thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm checking out some comments here. So at this point, because we don't have Trisha with us, I would love to know if you have any questions, and then I'm gonna talk about some promotional stuff that's happening, okay? So I also wanna ask you too, those of you that were on my last live, there's a button that I can push when I'm live that, and I'm looking for it right now, that allows the monetization to start. And I delayed it last time, and I'm just wondering if any of you noticed ads during the last video that we did, okay? Or if you notice them this time, let me know, okay? Because I delayed them this time too. Okay, let me bring up on my blog. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right, so on my website tomorrow, we are going to have, and I'm going to pull this over here, we're going to have this post. So you can take a peek at it. This is what it's going to look like. It'll have the pictures, it'll have the video embedded in it. It will have photos of all the cards, and then photos of the extra kit cards that I was telling you about. All of that is in there. Every time I do a video, I try to connect it to a blog post. And I also try to add my visual supplies in there, so in case you want to shop. Now, also in the description of my videos, you'll see the list of products. You can shop from them as well. And if you do decide to purchase from me, if you are not a demonstrator yourself or you don't have another demonstrator and you purchase from me because you live in the US, you get rewards too. You get loyalty points for every 50 you order. You get a link to the all-star video. And remember, we talked about that at the beginning of the video of this video. And that was the Lovely and Beautiful suite, including this beautiful paper that I just shared with you. So those are some perks for ordering through me. But starting January 6th, so if you have a wish list and you're watching this video today on the 2nd or 3rd or whenever you watch it, try to hang on, because on the 6th, January 6th products are going to release. That's including the online exclusives, so products that aren't in a catalog that are getting released, some new kits into the kits collection, and then the January through April mini catalog, which I'll show you here. I can't show you the inside yet, but this here is full of new products too, including the suite. All right, so if you can wait. Also, the product of the month for January will debut that day. And right now, if you do place a $75 order or more, you can still get in, because there's still some left, on the January or the December product of the month, which is that really pretty blue paper, true blue florals paper. The other thing that's happening starting on Tuesday the 6th is bonus days. No ads. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you. So bonus days. Bonus days begins January 6th. So really, it's to your benefit to wait. Let's see, what is it? Is it 50? I better look. Hang on. I'm going to go to the blog post right now. Yes. A $50 order gets you a $5 coupon. A $100 order gets you $10 in coupons, or 2 $5 coupons. $150 order gets you 3 $5 coupons. You get a $5 coupon, a digital coupon, for every 50 you order in the month of January, starting January 6th. So if you can wait until January 6th, please do so. Place your order, save those coupons. You're also earning Stampin' rewards from Stampin' Up. It's so crazy, all the goodness that's happening on January 6th. Anyways, save those bonus day coupons because then in February you can redeem them on orders, okay? Rosemary says, my list is getting better and better for the 6th. You know, it's crazy that, you know, there's all this good stuff that's happening. Rewatch the video so that you can play back what I just told you. There's a bunch of it, right? The other things that I want to tell you about, let's see, Kevin Thiessen. He's a fellow demonstrator. I love him. He's a dear friend. He is celebrating his 30th anniversary. He's the first male Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we are celebrating with him in a grand production. It's called his Winter 2026 retreat. And I've done these retreats with him before, but we're really whooping it up. He has some very, very special guests attending that are going to surprise those of you that are there. And then he's got several demonstrators demonstrating. We're pre-recording our videos. If you would like to be a part of that, then follow me on social media. Facebook, I've posted in my Facebook group. And where is it? There it is. Stamp Your Art Out group. And I've also posted on my page. So if you are interested, you can click on the link for the Google form, fill it out, pay Kevin, mention that I invited you, and be invited to his special Facebook group for that event, which is the end of this month. Okay. The other thing, you know what? I think I'll put that information in my blog post promotion area too, because that's where I always have extra news too. And I think that's it. I'm going to be live with you. I'm going to be live with you next Tuesday. So when all of this stuff kicks off, I'm going live again on Tuesday instead of Wednesday, because Wednesday, my family, we're all going to go to California. Well, Las Vegas and California. And we're going to visit people. We're going to visit some family in Las Vegas when we fly in, and then we're going to get a car and go visit my son who lives in North Hollywood now. And so I do have some videos, a couple videos that I've got planned, but they're not going to be live, but I'll try to post them at the same time as I'm usually live, except for next week. I'm not doing Wednesday, I'm doing Tuesday, because I want to be live with you. Just answered your questions. Rewards and bonus. Can demonstrators earn bonuses? Yes. So demonstrators get even more than other people. So not only are you getting all this goodness, but you're also getting your percentage off on top of it. Okay. And this scarf, thank you, Tina. This is something that was gifted to me at a Stampin' Up! Event. It's actually got the Stampin' Up! Little designs on it. Isn't that pretty? Any other questions? Bonus days is just, you know, something that they've called this promotion year after year. It's typically on, like, they've done it in the summer mainly, but they're bringing it in January here. So it's going to be fun. And again, buy in January, redeem in, you know, earn in January, redeem in February. Of course, look at those dates. Make sure that you're looking at the exact dates. All right. Anything else? Any questions that you have? This went longer than I thought it would. I really thought this was gonna be like a 30-minute video, maybe because I was like totally relaxed the whole time and not trying to fit it all in. And then we went long. I love you all. Thank you for being with me tonight. I really appreciate you. Thanks for giving me the thumbs up. Thanks for subscribing. All that good stuff. I appreciate you. So I'll let you all go. Have a great weekend. It's Friday night. Enjoy your weekend, you guys, and we'll see you on Tuesday for the next thing that I'm going to share with you, which is Valentine's. We're going to do some Valentine's, okay? Take care, everyone. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.